So it's been exactly a year to the day since Fresno State's AD Garrett Klassy has been on the job. It's actually been a little. He actually got hired in June of last year, but he didn't get started on the job until July 23rd. And I want to talk about how he's done so far in comparison to other ADs, what he can do forward, and what I think he's done overall. The previous AD of Fresno State was a man named Terry Toomey, and Terry Toomey was not necessarily a bad AD in the sense that he's going to do things to make your school in a worse position athletically, but he also was a guy who really didn't do anything. It was a running joke among Fresno State fans that we never saw him except to hold championship trophies. He really didn't do anything, and maybe if Measure E had passed, he still would have stayed. But once it didn't pass, the president decided to make a new decision and more or less fired him, regardless of whatever legal terms are used. And he hired a man named Garrett Klassy, who nobody knew anything really about. He was a guy from the Midwest. He had been here and there, supposedly, but he sure won the opening press conference. So what has he done in the year since then? Well, a number one job of the AD is to make an impact in his athletic department. And he has done that. Starting with football, he did not take the simple, easy route of just giving Tim Skipper a short-term contract, see what he can do. If it doesn't work out, then get a new guy. No, he said, I want to make a change. It's my job to do so. Regardless of what other alumni may think, I'm going to make this decision. And he hired Matt Entz. There were a lot of alumni who were not happy with that decision, like Mike Stowall, Cam Morrell, and other guys. But I think they more or less have gone around to Coach Entz. He's done everything he can to win them over. And they are supporters of Fresno State. And that was a gutsy move by Klassy. That was a sign that he was just not going to take the easy route. He also has hired 3 other coaches in his head time. He forced out the long-time women's basketball coach, Jamie White, replaced her with Ryan McCarthy. He hired a new women's golf coach, Mary Ritchie. He also hired a new softball coach, although I don't think he was really planning on doing that. Stacey May Johnson just decided to leave to Iowa, so he hired Charlie Morgan. And one thing that all these coaches have done is they've all done a really good job of their opening press conferences. They have all really done a lot to win over fans very quickly. So from that standpoint, he has definitely made an impact. And I'm going to say this. I don't think if we have an AD like we've had in the past, we don't get in the Pac-12. All right? I think he was that important to getting us in there. So with just all the head coaching moves he's made, all the announcement of the pack, he certainly has done a lot. He's also on social media. Whenever there's a rumor negatively about Fresno State, he is right on there. And that is way more than what Terry Toomey ever did. I don't think Terry Toomey had an account on X. I don't think he fought for his university the way that Klassy does. And that's one thing that you really appreciate as a Fresno State fan, is that you really are happy to see a AD fight for you. You are really happy to see an AD actively participate online like what Boise State does. All right? Now, he's also done things that Bulldog fans wanted to see long done, and he's getting a concert done at Fresno State. That's something that's been talked about for a long time, never really got off the ground. Well, this August 7th, he's having Shakira come in as part of her Las Miras Y'all Know Lorena tour on August 7th. It's going to be hot. But that's another thing that Fresno State fans have been wanting this program to do time. They've wanted the school to make the whole Valley feel like it's theirs, and not just for football. Right? You want Valley Children's Stadium to feel like it's your stadium. You want the football program to feel like it's your football. He's also getting flag football leagues in there. He is doing a lot to make Bulldog Stadium more than just a 6-day-a-year proposition. And that is something that, Bulldog fans have also been asking for. And that's how you make your athletic department more relevant. All right? Now, he's also cleaned house Anyways, he is more or less forced to retirement a lot of people who were really hurting the athletic department. I won't name names, but they tried to get him fired of a petition that didn't go anywhere. And that is another way he has made positive impact in just a year. He has really cleaned house. He actually did that for his first couple weeks on the job, really. And he shake things up the way that they needed to be shake up. There was a lot of people in this university who, for whatever reason, did not want this change and like it because he was saying the party's over, we're going to get things done, and he has gotten things done. You know, I mean, from a year out, you cannot really ask for more than what Klassy has done. You really can't. He's also exploring with other people to announce what they're going to do to the stadium. There are people who want a new stadium. I just want to refurbish it. I think that's more practical unless it's just at a foundational level. They're going to announce what they're going to try and do next summer. There's been a lot of attempts to update the stadium. Jim Barco tried it, but his demons got in the way. There's the Elevate campaign, which I don't know where that stands after Measure E didn't pass twice. I think they're going to try and do something like Measure E again. They have to do it. In addition to just raising student fees, they need something like that to pass. And hopefully with this athletic director out in the community way more than any of his predecessors, he will win a lot of those no votes over. But that's to remain to be seen. I mean, it's a tall task. He's got a lot of work to do. Being in the pack will make his job easier, but it's still going to be a hard job out of Fresno State. One thing I do like about him is how he talks about how much he loves the area, and I'm sure every AD says that, but I think he really does mean that. He's from a farming background, so he connects with these farmers. He's also very open to ideas from the fan base. The Gravy section that's going to start this season, that was approached to him by regular Fresno State fans, and he loved the idea and put it in. So that's an AD that is willing to listen to fans and wants to listen and wants our ideas and wants to work with us. He understands that you need fans to succeed. Not a lot of ADs get that. I know it sounds crazy, but it's true. So all in all, this has been a good first year for Garrett Klassy. I mean, they only won 2 championships. Syria Jackson won a national championship, and the baseball team won a Mountain West championship. But hey, you know what? The on-the-field success will come of this guy. I do like his hires. We'll see what we do. Go forward. Basketball, I think, is the only coach that he really has in the crosshairs right now. He gave Overland an extension of 2030, and Vance Wahlberg has to win this year, or Klassy will make another change. That's his job to do so. All right? Wahlberg has to give him a reason to stay. And, you know, that's what you want. You don't want a lazy AD who's just going to, you know, especially going to the pack. You know, Wahlberg has to prove it. And if he won't, Klassy will get a new guy. We've already kind of seen what he wants to do, how he wants to hire. And I'm sure he, in his heart of hearts, would like to make a new basketball hire to solidify his impact. Because that's his job. And it's very refreshing to see. So yeah, all in all, good first year for Garrett Klassy. Let's see how it goes. Bulldog born, Bulldog bred, going to be Bulldog to the day we dead, as we say in Fresno.